And then it's 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and hit enter, it gives it to you as well, doesn't it?
I just left this.
But this is either way.
Most people think that they know who Mr. Palmer is. They think that he is just a math teacher at CHS. But you can't always judge a math book by its cover. What experience made you want to become a teacher?
When I was in college at Davis, I mean, it wasn't sure that I was going to do that, but when I was in college at Davis, I had opportunities to tutor a lot of people. I mean, large, not just single one-on-one, but I'd have 5 or 6 people in chemistry because chemistry is a hard subject in college. There's always 2 pi divided by b.
Are there any interesting details you would like to share?
Probably one of the unusual things is that when I first went to college, I did 2 things. I went to junior college and majored in fire science, and I was doing communications at the same time. A lot of people think it's strange that a math teacher was a firefighter for a short time. I've spent 7 years at Davis, changing my major about 5 times, which I don't always recommend. And then I worked as a chemist. I mean, I've done things, experienced life, but I finally came back to teaching high school, both math and science. I've taught science at other schools. And that's what I do now, and I've been doing it for 30 years.
All life experience Mr. Palmer had has helped shape him into the teacher he is today. But the thing that probably affected him the most came much later in his life.
Having a daughter, obviously, it made me realize how important life is. You know, she was born premature, and the doctors had told me that, you know, because told my wife and I that she'd probably have a lot of learning difficulties and things like that because of that. But you know, you had to deal with it, and she actually ended up being perfectly normal. You know, I kind of opened my eyes to, you know, how innocent they are, and then also then as she started growing up and now she's a teenager, I have to understand a lot more about where she's coming from, because her brain is totally different than my brain and adult brains, and I can't treat her the same way as I treat adults, and I tend to want to do that sometimes. So it was a life-changing moment for me, for sure.
How did this change how you taught class?
Well, it helped me be a little more patient in class, understanding that just because I say something doesn't mean they understand it. I have to kind of do it, teach things in many different ways, try to find a way to make something clear.
Mr. Palmer interacts with students better today because of what he has learned while raising his daughter.
He's very understanding and patient with us.
When you need help with something, you can just ask him and he'll explain it to you.
To make sure that's understood, not just I said it and that's you should know it. You know, it has to, you know, I tried my best every possible way to make something clear.
There's a lot more to learn from a teacher than what's found inside of a book. Reporting for CTV, I'm Irene Kakanova.